I'm going to apply for the Chase Sapphire Preferred in this video. I'll walk you through the application process and I'll also tell you my mindset on why I'm applying for this card right now. In the end, I do expect to be approved for this card, but I may initially receive a denial, and that's due to my somewhat confusing 524 status with Chase, but we'll get to that later. And also, if you don't know anything about Chase 524, that's totally fine. I'll also explain that. A few reasons why I'm applying for this card. I always look at the sign-up bonus. That's probably the biggest reason. I don't really want to apply for a card that doesn't have an elevated sign-up bonus, and right now it does have 80,000 points if you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. The offer is ending soon. Because of the elevated offer, I wanted to apply for it before that goes away. And also the number 2 factor that I'm using to apply for this card, well, I'm really looking for a Chase card that earns ultimate rewards. Why am I choosing a ultimate rewards credit card? Well, that's because I highly value transferable currencies like Chase Ultimate Rewards or Amex membership rewards or Citi thank you points or Capital One miles. Under that same point where I'm looking for a Chase card that's earning ultimate rewards, I am looking at that 524 rule from Chase that says if you've been approved for 5 personal cards in the past 24 months, you will not get approved for any Chase card, no matter how good your credit score is. And this is for all personal credit cards, not just Chase cards. And so right now I am sitting at 324. I have been approved for 3 personal cards in the past 24 months. But where it gets confusing though, I have 2 authorized user cards in the past 24 months, so that will actually put me at 524. Now in the past this hasn't been a problem. I've just called the Chase reconsideration line and I have told them my situation, and I'm like, I don't have any financial responsibility. I don't pay on those credit cards where I'm an authorized user, and then they have been able to approve me for the card. So even though I'm technically at 524, I still think that I can get approved for this one. So specifically, why am I choosing the Chase Sapphire Preferred? Well, I want a Sapphire product. To be eligible for a Sapphire product bonus, this 80,000 points, you cannot have had a previous bonus on a Sapphire card, the Sapphire Preferred or the Sapphire Reserve, in the past 48 months. That is 4 years, and well, luckily for me, I have not had a Sapphire product quite yet, and so that clock hasn't even started yet, but I do want to start that today. I do want to get the Sapphire Preferred in my wallet right now so I can start that 48 months. Another thing to mention in those terms, it says that you can't have a Sapphire product, so the Sapphire Preferred or Sapphire Reserve, you can't have that one as an active account and still get this bonus. And so if you do have one and it's been longer than 48 months, well, you're gonna have to either like cancel that card, or I would recommend downgrading that card to maybe a no annual fee so that you can be eligible for the sign-up bonus. One of the nice things about having a spouse that is willing to play the credit card game with you is that they can refer you to this card. Well, my wife already has a Sapphire Preferred card. She sent me over an email. I'm going to click on that link and we're going to open up the web page and we'll go through everything there is on there so that I can show you the exact same screen that you might see when you click on the link in my description. Thank you so much for considering to use my referral link. Every bit of money that I make from referrals are going back into the channel to make these videos better. I did see from my wife's end that she will get 15,000 bonus points for referring me, and so if you add that into the 80,000 points that I'm going to get, that is 95,000 points total in our family. I think that's a great deal, especially for a $95 annual fee card. Let's take a look at this website now. It does say earn 80,000 bonus points. I know I'm in the right place because that's the sign-up bonus I'm looking for. It also says you have to spend $4,000 in the first 3 months. There are no surprises there. I knew that going in, so let's keep going. It does say that these 80,000 points are actually worth $1,000 of travel when you use through the Chase travel portal. This comes in when you are paying with points for your travel purchases like a flight or a hotel. As a standard, Chase Ultimate Rewards points are valued at 1 cent per point, but if you have the Sapphire Preferred, they actually increase that to 1.25 cents per point when you book it through the travel portal with your points, and so that's why it says $1,000. But you can get way better value when you transfer it out to partners like United or Hyatt or a lot of the other partners that Chase has, so you can actually get way better than that $1,000 of travel. There is the apply now button, but we're not going to click that quite yet. Let's go over some of the benefits of the card. It does say that there is a $95 annual fee, but we can easily justify that as we keep going. The first thing that's going to be shown is the $50 hotel credit. I've actually had trouble using this in the past. We've had my wife's Sapphire Preferred for like 5 months or so right now, and that's actually more difficult than I realized because Chase likes to inflate the prices of the hotels on their travel portal, and so it makes like spending the $50 a little bit difficult because I'd rather just get a better deal on like booking.com than use the $50 for a hotel. That's just a minor inconvenience. I'm sure we can find one later on, and it's $50 every year, so we're going to be able to use that. Some people like to say that that knocks the annual fee down from $95 to $45, which is totally true if you're able to use that credit. Some of the earnings categories are here: 5 times points when you book travel through the Chase travel portal. That's really nice. If you book a flight or a hotel or anything else on the portal, you get 5 times points. That is really, really nice. Even though I don't use it that often, it's still good to have that when I do use the portal. And on here, 5 times points on Lyft rides. Don't really use Lyft that much. I use Uber just because I have other Uber credits from other credit cards, but if I do use Lyft, that's cool to earn 5 times points. 3 times points on dining. This includes restaurant, delivery, and takeout. It's a big expense for a lot of people, so it's nice to have a card with 3 times points for dining and also 3 times points for grocery. But not all grocery, online grocery purchases, but it excludes Walmart and Target. So this is actually kind of hard to get 3 times points for your Sapphire Preferred when it comes to your grocery purchases, but if you order your groceries online, then that's great. You get 3 times points right there. We get 2x on travel purchases, something that me and my wife are doing all the time. We're actually not even home right now. We're in another country, and so we're using those travel purchases quite a bit right now. Much better than getting the 1x points on everything else. Something that I haven't used at all that's on this website is a $10 monthly statement credit for GoPuff. I should maybe actually use that. It says you can get $10 off every single month. Maybe I'll use it. I mean, I don't think there's anything from GoPuff that I really need, but it would be cool to use that sometimes. Complimentary Dash Pass with DoorDash. Okay, that's pretty nice. Like I said, I'm more of an Uber person, so I'll use like Uber and Uber Eats, but it is nice to have free Dash Pass just with having this card. There's also a 10% anniversary boost when you use this card. The website gives an example of if you spend $25,000 on this card, then you'll get a bonus 2,500 points. That's better than nothing, because if you use it, let's say for dining with this card versus the Freedom Flex, they both earn 3x back in dining, but this one will actually be like 3.1x back when you use the Sapphire Preferred. So it is a slight upgrade, but still an upgrade, even though it's pretty small. And something that I'm very excited about, since I'm traveling right now, we get the $0 foreign transaction fee. That's actually another reason why I'm applying for this card. I need a card that does not have foreign transaction fees because me and my wife are out of the country quite a bit, and so it's very useful to get a card like this. And let's actually get into a different Chase website. I'm looking at one specifically. It is the Spend Instantly. If I get approved for this card right now, I can add it to my Apple Wallet. That is fantastic because we're actually in Japan right now, and we got here when we booked a flight with points. A video's coming out on that, on how we got this flight completely for free, but since we're in Japan, I don't have access to my mailbox. I can't just go downstairs, go to my mailbox, and just like put the card in my wallet and start using it for purchases. I need it in my Apple Wallet right now, and I can start working towards that sign-up bonus, because I just hit the sign-up bonus on my last card yesterday, actually last night, and so that's another huge reason why I need the card. So why don't we click on that button right now? The application has loaded up. You can see that it is the correct application because it has the Sapphire Preferred card right on top. Let's go through this really quickly. I'll break it all down, and then I'll put in all my personal information, and I'll hit submit. It's asking for personal information like your name, your social security number. It's going to ask for your address, all very basic things that go on pretty much every credit card application. You can put in your type of residence and it'll actually ask you for your monthly payment on there. Let's just say that your rent is $2,000, and if you're married, you can actually split that up with your spouse so that you can say that you spend $1,000 in rent and your spouse puts $1,000 in rent, so that you can just put $1,000 in this field. It'll ask for employment status. Some people have said that if you put self-employed that it actually hurts you on applications. I don't know if that's actually true. I am self-employed, so that's what I'm going to put. The total gross annual income is an interesting field because you can actually put like a variety of numbers there. You want to put the highest possible number there without lying about it, but you can include your income, you can include your spouse's income, just basically anything that comes into the household, you're able to put that information. So calculate all of that up and make sure to put the highest possible one. You don't want to leave any money on the table. That might lead to a lower credit limit, or possibly you getting denied if your income isn't high enough. It asks if you want your statements digitally, and of course I do. I don't want to have them send statements in the mail. It's just kind of a waste of paper at that point. I can look up everything online, and it's going to ask if I want to add an authorized user, which I do not. The pricing information is definitely something to take a look at. It says that the APR is somewhere between like 20% and 27%. Yeah, we are not going to carry a balance on this card at all, so I don't have to worry about that. Even though the interest is extremely high, we're never going to pay a cent in interest while having this card. There's a lot of other information in the pricing terms, but I always scroll all the way down to the annual fee, and it does say at $95. It is exactly as I expected, so we can feel free to move on. And then I scroll down to the foreign transaction fees, and it says none. This is perfect. I can use this card while I'm in Japan. Once you scroll to the bottom, you can read the fine print if you want for yourself, and once you're okay with it, you can click that you agree to this and you can submit your application. Just something I want to mention really quick, it does have the Sapphire rule right at the bottom if you want to check that out. I have not had a Sapphire card in my history, so I should be good on that. I'm going to go through and check my information one more time, and then we'll click submit. And I did want to point out that yes, I did say I am 324 right now, and so that shouldn't be a problem at all. But in the last credit card that I applied for, it was kind of an issue because I was an authorized user on 2 of my wife's cards. Technically, I'm 324, but the computer algorithm might think that I'm 524. So we'll see if I get approved or denied. I'm really hoping it's an instant approval. So why don't we click submit? Always nervous. Here we go. I clicked it. We'll see what it says. We're working on your request. Usually this spins for about like 10 to 20 seconds, and we'll see. I really want to add this card to my Apple Wallet so I can start using it right away to work towards that bonus. We're approved! Instant approval. There we go. We got the $15,700 credit limit. That's really, really exciting. I'm hoping that the computer just thought I was 324, but I have heard that Chase is actually relaxing this requirement on 524 with the Sapphire Preferred. So if you're over 524, maybe you could check this out as well. Like I said, I do have the referral link down below in the description if you want to check that out. That'll help out the channel. Thank you so much for watching this one. I will see you in the next one.